Good morning, and come join me today. We're going to do a full face today. So this video might be a fraction longer than my normal lives. I like to normally keep them around 10-15 minutes. So this might be a little bit longer because I am going to do a full face today. But did you know that you can always watch, if you're watching this back in the replay, you can always watch this video back on like 1.5 or double speed if you wish as well. So you don't have to sit there for half an hour. You can like watch it in double speed. Okay, let's get stuck in. And if you didn't notice yesterday, of course, I posted a reel, and in my stories, yes, I got bangs and I'm very much liking them. So thank you so much to everybody for your lovely, lovely comments yesterday, all about the fringe. Very much like it. Went back to the color that I like, which we were supposed to have last time, but for some reason it pulled really red last time. But I do like this dark brown, sort of without too much red in it. So really, really cool. All right, let's get stuck in. I've already done my morning skincare this morning, and I'm going to do a full face with some colors, I think, to kind of match what's going on in the clothing. I think I'm going to wear Amber Spice Lip Sense today, which is currently out of stock, but it is a fan fave. It's always been a shade that I love. It's got little gold flecks through it. And I think we might do Mocha Java, Pink Posy, and Ghana on the eyes. Maybe add a little bit of shimmer with some glitter with Sand Dollar glitter. And of course the Pearl Glow Glow-Off Stick. So I am going to get stuck straight in. And I'm actually going to do my light medium tinted moisturizer. And I'm going to mix in a little bit of Buff foundation together with that today, just for a little bit of fuller coverage. Now, the other day I did a live all about the difference between tinted moisturizer and foundation, one being sheer to medium and one being medium to full coverage. And when I did that live, I used Dewy foundation. Now, I think in the summertime, Dewy is a great shade for me, but coming out of the winter here, I really don't have a lot of color, and the Dewy actually pulled a little bit too yellow. So I'm going down a shade and I'm going into the Buff. And let's get this on. Now, what I probably should do, I don't want to get my hair oily. So what I'm really liking about the fringe too is that it's long enough that I can put it to the side and it not get in the way, or I can tuck it behind my ears and it doesn't get in my way, and I can, yeah. So I'm going to have to experiment with it a little bit. It was actually really not too difficult to style, but because my hair is so fine, I think that fringe is probably going to separate a little bit and get, you know, probably quite greasy quite quickly. I actually probably should. I've already got it in my hair. Let's like get this back here just for a sec. So I think, yeah, it's probably going to take a little bit of getting used to for me and having it in my eyes, but I wanted a really long, shaggy fringe. So, all right, let's get this on. Hopefully we're not going to take too much time to do this, but I'm just going to do little stipples all over, little presses. Come say hi for me in the comments if you can, pretty please, just so I can make sure that the comments are working. And you watch, it won't be. Mute that. Just want to... Can someone say hello for me in the comments, please? Pretty please with sugar on top. All right, so I'm just going to get this on everywhere. And I've already got all of my products packed up in the car because I'm going to go to a market on Sunday, but we're going into the city this afternoon. So we're going to go to Oktoberfest with some of Michael's friends from his work. So we're going to head in. I'm hoping that our son can drive us in, and then we'll probably just Uber home, even though it's a good 45-minute drive. We'll probably just end up Ubering home because that's, you know. Good morning, Michelle. Okay, yay, the comments are working. Thank you so much for saying hi. All right, now if I didn't have earrings in, remember to make sure that you get that foundation on your ears as well. Your ears will be a different color, and especially when you blush, your ears will go quite red as well. All right, so we're going to do little presses. Now I'm going to actually come back to this in just a moment because I have put a fair bit of product on today. Normally I just use tinted moisturizer, and you'll notice in just a moment with me blinking and squinting that I'll probably get a little bit of creping across my eyelids and a little bit of creping under my eyes. So we want to make sure that that doesn't happen. So I'm just going to keep working it, keep doing those little presses all the way in. Okay, now, super duper exciting. That skincare item that I was telling you about yesterday has launched this morning as well. The stem cell increases your cellular renewal. I forgot to get, bear with me one sec. I've got all my products down here because they're all packed for my market. So because we're going to be going into the city today, I'm not going to have time to pack when we get home tonight. So I've got everything packed over there. All right. Let's see. How are you today, Michelle? Just want to, so I'm just going to keep, see this fringe is going to, I don't want to get my fringe and make my fringe go greasy. Okay, now you can see we've got even playing field. I'm going to get a cotton tip and I'm going to clean off any foundation that I have on my lips. Little hair there, get out. And I'm also going to go through my brows and clean out any foundation that I have in my brows. And you can see just by doing that, you can see how much it like lifts the face. So even if you don't fill in your brows, just get a cotton tip and just clean through any excess tinted moisturizer or foundation that you might have. All right, so for my, I've actually got a bit more on here. Not that I really need it. I may as well use it. I don't want to waste it. Concentrate it particularly on the areas that I need the fuller coverage, which for me are around my nose. Okay, so as I was saying, brand new skincare item dropped this morning. Wish the drizzle would go away. Yes. I got a market tomorrow and it's supposed to be really windy. So if you're in the Pakenham area tomorrow, come down to Lakeside. I'm going to be at the market there between 10 and 2 tomorrow. So hopefully the wind is worse than the rain when you have a market. So hopefully it's all right. All right, I'm going to go in with a deep contour again today. I'm doing the Cocoa Dusk. This is probably the darkest of the contour bronzing sticks. I liked this yesterday when I used it. So even though it's dark, look how easily it blends out. Look at that. So flippin' good. These contour bronzing sticks are so good. Okay, now, so good. See how it just gives you definition? Magnificent. Okay, I keep getting distracted. Brand new skincare item dropped this morning. Now, I'm actually going to bring up my email to make sure I have the correct name because it's a long one. The official name is called the Centocell Centoplex Stem Cell Concentrate. Now, I will preface this by saying it is not a cheap product. It's $191. Not a cheap product. It is the same size as the collagen. So it's a large product. So in comparison to, the products that come like the Neotite size, price comparison is actually going to be pretty on par. It's just that it comes in a really large bottle, which I think is good because I think we're going to be using it like crazy. Look at that. Look how good that is. So good. I love that warming there. Now, what does this product do? This is the one I was telling you about yesterday. It's all anti-aging. So it's made with orchid stem cells from, I think it was Japan, I think they said. So natural orchid stem cells to help increase your cellular turnover in 18 days. So a normal cellular turnover is 28 to 45 days. And this does it in approximately 18 days. So you're bringing fresh skin cells to the surface faster, less fine lines and wrinkles. It's all about hydration. So this is going to be like a game changer anti-aging skincare product. Please don't be deterred by the price. Now I know that's easier said than done. You can always get a distributor account and get it a little bit cheaper as well. Please don't be deterred by the price. What I would strongly encourage you to do is, put $20 aside here and there and grab yourself one of these because it is going to be an absolute game changer of a product. It is all about adding hydration into the skin and it works together with all of the other, it works together with our retinol, our vitamin C creams. You can use it together. And the properties in this is just truly phenomenal. Like, boosts skin hydration by up to 40% in 48 hours. May reduce the appearance of wrinkles by 29% in only 4 weeks. So this is all about anti-aging, guys. All about moisture boosting, visibly lift firm the appearance of sagging jawline and eyelids. That's the one that everybody, when they sit in my chair, is most concerned about. So yeah, it's going to be an absolute game changer. All right, we'll come back and we'll put that fringe back down in just a moment, but I want to just let that dry for a sec. All right, so this is available for me to order now. It will be on my website in 2 days' time. So if you would like one, please yell out and let me know. I just think it's going to be an absolute game changer. So this product, officially, we heard about this back in April, and the US girls who went to attend the seminar back in April have been using it since then as a trial, or using one bottle since then as a trial. And yeah, it's not the product that I got at the royalty retreat a couple of weeks ago. This is a different product. And even though I can't talk about what this other product is yet, I think when we pair them together, they're going to be like an absolute game changer. So if you're worried about fine lines, if you're worried about dehydrated, sagging skin, saggy neck, saggy crow's feet, crepey eyes, this is going to be like an absolute complete game changer. So yell out, let me know. I'm going to put an order through in a couple of hours and grab one for myself, and I can grab some for you guys too if you would like, or they'll be on my website in a couple of days. All right, so this is the Rich Brown Brow Pencil. Now again, I've done loads of tutorials on how to map your brows, but because I've got my good template underneath, I'm just going to go over the top, and let's just comb it through, and a little bit here on the inside. Now I'm finding also when my fringe is down, if we pop this down, just like if you're wearing glasses, see how I've got this little cowlicky bit here, which is probably going to drive me crazy. I like it shaggy like that. I like it in my eyes, but I need to have that strong brow underneath. Just like if you wear glasses, having that strong brow underneath, because if you put your glasses on, it disappears behind the frame of your glasses. So definitely like just that something little in your brows. Okay, we're just going to move it back aside for now, just while I do my eyes, and then we'll pop it back down in just a moment. All right, so that was the Rich Brown Brow Pencil. If you need help color matching which shade is for you, then yell out and let me know. Okay, let's move on to the eyes. Now, I don't think I'm going to brighten under my eyes today. I don't particularly have dark circles. I don't really need to do it so much, but man, I do love that contour around the outside of the face though. So good. You know what I am going to do? I'm just going to add a little bit more just here, because this is the bit where I have that cowlick, and this is the bit where my hair will probably separate throughout the day. So just warming that little bit through there. Yes. Okay. Okay, remember, warming around the edge of your face or doing a proper contour is all about minimizing the height of your forehead. So if you don't have a fringe and you've got quite a tall forehead, by warming across the top, it gives the illusion of making your forehead seem a little bit smaller. Okay, on the eyes today, as I said, I think I'm going to do Mocha Java. Hang on. Do I want to do Mocha Java? Yes, maybe we won't use garnet. We'll see. Mocha Java and Pink Posy. So let's start with this one. I chose Mocha Java just because it matches my skivvy. Let's just pop that all across in the background. It's surprisingly, like, it's gotten a bit chilly again today. We had like 27 in Melbourne the other day, and today it's supposed to be a lot cooler than that, and it's actually a little bit drizzly at the moment. Okay. This is what I was talking about before. Notice how I've got a little bit of creping and these random hairs everywhere, a little tiny bit of creping around the outside of my eye where I put that, because I've used tinted moisturizer and foundation. So my eyelid, I can buff it out just with my shadow brush. But usually what I do is just get a clean brush with nothing on it. And I also finish with a powder later on. And that helps just to take out any little crepiness that you get, particularly in that delicate skin under the eyes. All right, we're going to put Mocha Java under here as well. I've been using Mocha Java a lot lately. Mocha Java was one of the first shadows that I ever got for myself. And I always have this combo, Mocha Java, Garnet, and Sandstone Pearl Shimmer, or even Sandstone Pearl Matte. If I'm ever stuck and I don't know what eye look to do, it's what I go back to each time. Now, what I could have done also, instead of using the Mocha Java, what I am loving are the new bronzing contour creams to use in my brow, just instead of a shadow, like instead of using this one, just putting it up here in the background. So if you don't want to go and get like another extra product, the same contour that you used around the edge of your face, you can use just to sort of dust across the top of your eyes as well. Okay, now I have pulled Pink Posy, which I'm going to use as both a shadow and a blush, but how am I going to do this? Yeah. Okay, so let's put, normally I do Pink Posy in the background. Okay, now I'm doubting myself now. What am I going to do? Okay, we're going to put Pink Posy all across the base of the eye. Mine is a little bit dry. Pink Posy is a discontinued shade, unfortunately, but it is still available online. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Say hi for me. Remember, even if you're watching this back in the replay later on today, please say hi for me. Back to my original brush and over the top. So we're going to head into the city, as I said, and we're going to go to Oktoberfest, which should be fun. And we're going to go and just hang out with a couple of the people that my husband works with. So that will be interesting because I don't really know them that well, and I don't get to see them. And he talks about names, and it will be good to, even though I've met most of them before, it will be good to put a face to the name. Because you know when someone tells you a story, and Michael works with like 600 people, he tells you the name of somebody and you're like, oh yeah, okay. And I can't remember like who is who and like put two and two together. So okay, I'm going to put some glitter over the top of this in just a moment. What I do want to do, I wish I could see. I can't see. I need my glasses on and I just can't see. Okay. All right. I am going to deepen this. I changed my mind. I am going to add the Garnet after all. So Garnet is a nice warm tone brown. And I'm just going to put a little dot of that here on the outer corner. And then I'm going to use Sand Dollar glitter on my eyelid to make this a nice shimmery look. Now, you don't have to. Could keep this as a nice little matte look if you wished. But I think I'm just going to add a little bit of shimmer because, you know, everything is better with shimmer. And if I already had the brand new Pearlizer wands, then I would be using those. But I don't have them yet. They are coming, but probably Monday they will arrive. So as well as we've had... It's been a busy week for new releases, guys, as expected, because currently, as we speak, over in the US, they have their Leaders Conference happening, and the Australia-New Zealand Leaders Conference starts next Wednesday. So next Wednesday, I'm going to head up to Brisbane, and we have it's like a 3-day conference, learning all the things. I'm actually going to be doing a training as well, which is awesome. I really need to actually finalize that. So we're going to be doing a training, and we get to have a special awards dinner and yeah, all the rest of it. So it should be fun. So at the moment, the US have theirs currently happening. Joni, the founder of the company, is going to come out to Australia for our conference as well. So that's good. She hasn't been able to come over to Australia for a little while. Her son was finishing his final year of high school and she wanted to be home while he was doing that. So now that he's off and graduated, she's now more free to travel and come back to all of our conferences. Just going to clean that edge. Think of it a line here. We don't want to go under that. Okay, we're going to go relatively dark with this today, relatively dark. And remember, the cool thing is if your blending isn't quite perfect, because like mine at the moment, I don't think they're completely matchy-matchy, but I can't really tell because I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really tell. But by the time we put glitter over the top, glitter and shimmers are a great way of like hiding like your imperfect blending. So it doesn't quite matter if it's not exactly the same underneath. Okay. All right, Sand Dollar Glitter is going to be next. I'm going to pat that. No, I'm not. I'm going to fluff it with the fluffy end first of all, and then if it's not glittery enough, then I'm going to go in with more. So I just want to put like a smattering of glitter across the top of where I put that pink posy. And check that out. Everything is better with glitter. And you know what I'm going to say? I want more glitter. That's exactly what I'm going to say. Anywho, so our leaders conference is happening on Wednesday. So it starts technically on Thursday. So I'm heading up Wednesday, and I'm going to be staying with my lovely friend Bex from New Zealand again. So that's awesome. And it was really cool when we had the royalty retreat, like back a few weeks ago, that we were like, we're going to see each other again soon. So normally I only get to see her once a year, maybe twice a year. So this will be really cool that we've got to see each other within, twice within the space of a month and a half. So that's really cool. She's up in the North Island of New Zealand. So of course, she only comes over here for Senegence conferences and things like that. And I've never been over there. So, but guess what? Guess what happened this morning? You know how I'm going to Bora Bora in January? My flights were confirmed this morning. It's a saga, you guys, to get to Bora Bora, or more importantly, to get home from Bora Bora. It is going to be a saga. So luckily, look at that. Okay, can we just take a moment to say Sand Dollar Glitter is just phenomenal? Like, yes, it is. So good. So the trip for Bora Bora, Pearl Glow Glowify Stick, is the 9th of January to the 14th of January, right? Now, we had to kind of research our flights, and then they have a company that contacted us that books the flights for us because it's all included in the trip. And thank goodness that they did, right? So I was looking at flights to get to Bora Bora, to be there in time for the 9th of January. I completely mucked it up because there's this thing out there called the International Dateline, which changes when I'm up in the plane and I go from this country to this country. We go back a day. And I didn't factor that in. So I'm looking at all of these dates, right? And luckily she picked it up, but it had me arriving in Tahiti the day before I was supposed to. So thank goodness she caught that. So the flights are going to be from Melbourne. So going over, I might blast this with the hairdryer again. See how this separates because I tucked it behind my ear. I don't want it separating. I want it nice and solid there. We'll have to work on that. I think we'll have to blast that and spray that. Okay, brown eyeliner pencil today. No, I'm going to go black brown. I want this eye to be a little bit darker, especially because my hair is a bit darker. So I'm going to go in with the black brown instead. And then I'm going to do lashings of mascara. And then I'm going to use that same pink posy on my cheeks and Amber Spice on my lips. Okay, so let's go in with, look, I've got hair. It's all like random lengths. So on the way to Bora Bora, I have to go Melbourne to Auckland, Auckland to Tahiti, stay overnight, Tahiti to Bora Bora. That's not too bad, okay? As direct as what the flights possibly allow. On the day that we leave the trip, I'm going to run this also underneath, and I want this to be fairly bold. So I'm actually going to bring it a fair way across today. I'm going to bring it, I think, almost all the way across today. And then let's get my garnet brush and smudge that in to the garnet brush. Okay, just to like define that a little bit. On the way home from Bora Bora, it is, hang on one sec. Bora Bora to Tahiti, stay overnight. Tahiti to Noumea, stay overnight. Noumea to Sydney, Sydney to Melbourne. So, and because we crossed the international date line, it's going to take 2.5 days to get back home. Because I have to have this layover in Noumea. And unfortunately, the only flights back out of Noumea isn't until like 7 p.m. that night. So I'll arrive in Noumea, I think it's like some crazy like 10:30 at night or something. Find my hotel wherever that's going to be. I think I have to organize that. And then my flight out isn't until 7 p.m. that night. So there's going to be a day in Noumea, but I'm really not going to be able to probably go and do anything because we're just going to be I'll probably just be at the airport hotel. And I think that is probably when I'm going to potentially get a little bit homesick because I'll be on my own, and the whole idea of, you know, flying and things going wrong is a little bit scary, especially when I'm on my own. So, well, it'll be worth it though. Like, it'll be great, not to sound ungrateful. And, you know, when you look at the globe, I actually had to, you know, bring up the maps and go, where actually is Bora Bora? And Bora Bora is in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by nothing but water. So it is understandable that it takes a bit of effort to get there. And it just so happens that the date, like the 14th, the date that we finish the trip, there just are not connecting flights out to get back to Australia. So it'll be an adventure. And I will document all of it in my stories. So be sure to follow along if you don't already do so. Hopefully you watch in my stories and you see the saga that we get up to. Speaking of which, in my stories yesterday, did you guys see my sourdough that I made yesterday? I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to come and do my mascara in just a sec. Whilst that dries, I'm going to use the same pink posy on my cheeks as a bit of a blush colour. And I'm going to mix it together with a little bit of pearlizer. Again, this is the original one because I don't have the 6. The new shades are coming on Monday. And I'm just going to mix those two together. And especially also because my pink posy is an old shadow. It's my original one. You can tell that because it's got a tester sticker on it. And I used to put those on all of my original products. So I've had that for 8 years. That's how long it's lasted me. But now I can feel it. It's getting quite dry. So by mixing it together with a bit of pearlizer, we help to spread it further. Bit on the brush. Tappy out, start back here. And again, it's going to tie in so well because we've got it on the eyes. I love using multi-use products, Shadow Sense on my eyes and on my cheeks. And with that pearlizer, it's got that built-in glow to it. And I'll probably end up adding more pearlizer as well. And that's why I'm really keen for these new wands to come out with the 6 different shades. What was I talking about just before that? Can someone remind me? What was I talking about? I don't know. I don't know what it was. Oh, that's what it was. On my stories, did you see my sourdough? It wasn't the best. So for all of you who are sourdough aficionados, I certainly am not. So I made a sourdough starter. It would have been like 9 days ago, right? And I've been feeding this sourdough starter every day and it was doing really, really well. Never like like tripled in size like it maybe should have done, but it was doing okay. And I put it down to the house was probably a bit cold because I was doing it right across those really cold days. Anyway, it was a really warm day the other day. It was like 28 degrees, and I I fed my starter a whole heap, and I put it outside, and it just went gangbusters, and it grew really well. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to make a loaf. The thing is with sourdough is it is such a process, because not only do you have to, like, if you don't have a starter, it's at least 7 days to get a starter. Up 14, I think, is really what they recommend. All right. Then when you make the actual loaf of dough, you feed it, wait 8 hours, and then you combine it with your flour and everything else to make your loaf, and then you let it rest for an hour, and then you add salt, you let it rest for another 30 minutes, and then you do 4 lots of stretch and folds, which is where you tuck the dough over itself, leaving at least 30 minutes in between each one. Then you put it in the fridge overnight. So then you're waiting a whole nother day for your sourdough, and then the next day, then you bring it out and you bake it. So if you want sourdough today, you got to plan like 3 days in advance to get it. And that's if you have an active starter. So not really a practical kind of thing. Anyway, so I made this loaf, and for a first attempt, it was okay. Like, it wasn't brilliant. It didn't rise as much as what I thought, but it rose what I was expecting, because the starter that I used just wasn't like crazy bubbly. Okay, I'm going to let that mascara dry, and then I'm going to do a coat of the Fiber Extend as well. I want super like lashes today. Okay, I am going to actually, before I put my lip stones on, I'm going to contour around the edge of my lips. The same product that I used on around the edge of my face earlier. Just going to add. Let's do it with a shadow brush. And the whole reason I do this is just to make my lips look larger. Okay, so just around, let's turn this brush around. And create that shadow around the outside. Now, we don't want it to look like it's dirty, but can you see how if we zoom right in, see how it's on the out, like as the lip curls, okay? Just going to get that, soften that a little bit, and same underneath, just where it like, okay. Let's go to my powder brush just to kind of blot the edge. All right, now I'm going to go with Amber Spice Lip Scents today. So this is the original formula of lip scents. Yeah, okay, we're going to have to blast this again. I think we're going to get that separation in there, but it's going to take a bit of work for me to get that right. Okay, so this is Amber Spice. This is part of the permanent range, but it is currently out of stock, unfortunately, and it has been for quite a while. So I hope that it comes back and they bring more. Okay, because it's an original lip sense, I need to do 3 thin coats and then put a gloss over the top of it. I'm the most precise with my first coat, especially if it's a darker color. Can you see how I've got that contour just above it? Okay, we're going to let that dry about 5-10 seconds. Now remember, lip sense, the original lip sense, has a cosmetic grade alcohol in it. Your lips need to be hydrated if you want this to last. Make sure you're putting a lip balm on that doesn't contain wax, or the overnight lip mask, or even just the gloss, and make sure your lips are super hydrated. And then the more hydrated your lips are, the longer your lip sense is going to last. All right, try to apply it in the same direction each time. So I tend to outline and then fill in the center. And on the top, I tend to go center out. So this is a really pretty color that has this tiny little like gold fleck through it. Very, very subtle, but this tiny little gold fleck through it. Okay, third coat, let it dry. Now at this point, remember, if you've never used Lip Sense before and this is the first time you're putting it on, this feels dry. It feels like tacky now. It has a cosmetic grade alcohol in it, which keeps the tube really clean and sanitary. So you can feel the alcohol like evaporating off your lips and then it leaves the color behind. Third coat, and that's why if your lips are dry, you may feel that tiny little tingle. So really make sure your lips are hydrated. I don't feel a tingle. Very rarely do I feel a tingle now. Okay. And I think we might just put Glossy Gloss on for now, which is down here in my bag. Ready for my market on Sunday. Now, while I wait for that, what am I going to do? No, I reckon it's probably almost dry. Not quite. Okay, you must wear a gloss over the top. Now, I'm just putting a clear gloss on. It has no pigment to it. It's just chock full of shea butter and vitamin E. But it doesn't have to be a clear gloss. You can do a matte one as well. There we do have a clear matte gloss if you don't like the high shine. Or you can use a plumping lip gloss, which has tints to them and some of them have shimmers in them. Or you can also have standard glosses that are not plumping ones, but they're shimmery and glittery. And we actually had a new gloss that was just released this morning as well. It's this browny coppery tone. So I'll share some photos of that in my stories. So let's have a look. Amber Spice, how nice is that? Okay, so now I can touch my lips. The gloss will come off, but the color will stay. And this should stay on for up to 18 hours. All right, I'm just going to, let's just separate that for just a sec. Going to add some more mascara. I'm going really bold with my mascara. This is the Fiber Extend. So this is the one that puts little particles of rayon through my lashes and gives you like that instant, wow, look at those eyelashes kind of thing. So paired together with the Undersense Primer and the normal Volume Intense Mascara, which has a growth ingredient in it, and then this one over the top, check that out. Like, look how like crazy long they are. So, so good. So the first two that I used have a growth ingredient in it to grow your lashes, but this one doesn't. But this one is like the instant satisfaction of, oh my gosh, your lashes are huge. And I let them dry in between because I don't want them to be too clumpy. And because I'm rushing this a little bit, if I go in too much and they sort of stick together, I've got a little metal comb that I use to like separate between the lashes. Okay, so now I do have a bit of mascara just here. Just want to get rid of that, and I got some just there. Okay, all right, so what else? Let's fix that back. You're gonna see me play with this a lot, guys. You're gonna see me play with this a lot, but okay, what else? One more thing. I'm gonna add a bit more pearlizer to my cheeks as well. So even though I mixed pearlizer together in with that blush, I want to add more. I do like a really healthy glow on the cheeks. So by popping more there, check that out. Like so good. So, so good. And if I hadn't have used the Pearl Glow just here and under my brow, I would use this instead. And remember, coming on Monday, like I said, I've got 6 new shades of Pearlizer, but they're this size. So they come like the same size as the bronzing contour sticks. So if you were to grab yourself like a tinted moisturizer, maybe a one and done like a Lip Sense cream or something that you could use eyes, cheeks and lips, a Pearlizer wand and a contouring bronzing wand, you've got like the perfect base face. Okay, last thing I'm going to do is, it's not in my drawer because I got it out earlier, is just add a little bit of powder. I just got these, I have to get used to these random hairs. So let me recap for you too. So the stem cell concentrate is going to be an absolute game changer for skincare, guys, like absolute game changer. If you would like me to grab one for you, if you have crepey eyelids, sagging skin, crow's feet, crepey neck, all the rest of it, reach out, let me know, and get yourself onto, look at me, get yourself onto this new stem cell concentrate. Okay, it's going to be a game changer. All right, that was just the light powder that I dusted all over. Hi Anne, how are you? Nice to see you. I'm just about to jump off. I'm almost finished. And then I'm just going to add a bit of the white powder. So even though it's white, it's actually translucent on the skin. So even though I haven't brightened under my eyes, just by adding a little bit here, I do have a bit of mascara there too. And as I always say, I will, because I've done this whole look without my glasses on, so I hope that the blending is okay. Hi Ingrid, thank you so much Anne, appreciate it. I think, so the issues that this new stem cell product is going to solve or is going to help with are the issues that every single person who sits in my chair talks about the most. The crepiness around their eyes, the hooded eyes where the skin and the folds of skin across your eyelids, the crow's feet, the sagging necks, the sagging jowls, everything that is part of a normal maturing process. You know, this is going to be phenomenal. Now, as I said, it is a high-end product, but it is going to work. So put 20 bucks aside, grab yourself a distributor account. If you want to get it a little bit cheaper, reach out and let me know if you need any, if you have any questions about that. By the way, I know this is off topic again, but seeing as I keep playing with my hair and mucking around with my hair constantly, my Veos brush, love this. You want 20% off? I've got a special link for this as well. So reach out. This is, I just whacked myself in the nose. Did you see that? I just whacked myself. It's made with 2 different types of boar bristles, and I can't use another brush now. This is a no shampoo brush. So it's designed to help distribute your natural oils through your hair so that you don't have to shampoo your hair so often. This is such a massage for your scalp. Like, any other brush that I use now doesn't feel like it does the job. Like, it just doesn't feel like it gets in enough. And I really want that. You know, as soon as I step outside, it's just going to go poof anyway. So, but if you want 20% off the Veos brush, let me know, because I've got a special link and you can get 20% off with it. So yeah, really, really cool. But it's just the best. It helps you to not wash your hair so often, helps distribute the oils through your hair so that you're not shampooing so often. And I think particularly because now that this is like touching my face, my fringe is probably going to get oily quite quickly. I am an oily skin type. And so hopefully this is going to help with that too. And because I'm constantly touching and playing with my fringe, I have to get out of that habit. And I think it's probably going to be, it'll probably get oily quite quickly. So this is going to be my best friend. But anyway, so what was I saying? So the stem cell concentrate, guys, it's available for me to order now. It will be on my website in, I think it was the 20th. So like Monday night, something like that. reach out, let me know if you would like one. And what I would strongly suggest is take before and after photos if you're going to use it. I want to see your progress. I want to see how you go with it. So it is compatible, as I said, with all of our other skincare. You can use it together with retinol and vitamin C. And where you use it in your order of use is immediately after cleansing and exfoliating together with your climate control. So before you do all your other treatments, it goes on immediately after cleansing and exfoliating so that it gets right down. And it's all about adding hydration, and it's all about increasing your cellular turnover. So bringing fresh new skin cells to the surface in 18 days rather than 28 to 45 days. So imagine how fresh and glowy your skin is going to look, and how less crepey, the structure of your skin, crepey eyelids, crow's feet, all the rest of it. So yell out, let me know if you would like one. I'm putting an order in today because I am definitely getting one for myself. Now, in saying that, the skincare item that I have been trialing that we got at the royalty retreat, as I said earlier, this is a different product to that. And even though I can't talk about the new product yet, these two paired together are going to be phenomenal. So get yourself onto this one, get yourself started, get yourself a climate control to add that extra hydration into your skin, and then I just can't wait to see what our progress is going to be with this. It's going to be really exciting. All right, that's it from me. Let's recap. We did Mocha Java, Garnet, Pink Posy, Sand Dollar Glitter, Shadow Sets, Pearl Glow Glowify Stick, the Black Brown Pencil with Undersense and Mascara, Pink Posy with Pearlizer on the cheeks, Amber Spice Lip Sense with Glossy Gloss on the lips. My base face was Light Medium Tinted Moisturizer with Buff Foundation mixed together. And my contour today was the Cocoa Dusk Bronzing Contouring Cream. Sounds like a lot. Really, lots of multi-purpose products that I've used there. Oh, Rich Brown Pencil in my brows, powder all over to finish. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that was entertaining. We're going to head off into the city in a couple of hours, and I probably won't film too much there because it's going to be Michael's work colleagues, and it's going to be a bit weird if I'm out there with my phone. Here's a stein of beer. Prost. So, yeah, but anyway, all right, whatever you're doing this weekend, have a great day. If you're in the Pakenham area tomorrow, make sure you come down to the Lakeside Market and come and visit me. I will have all of my testers available. I will have all of the bronzing creams if you wanted to check them out, and we can have a bit of a play and have a bit of a color swatch for you. So yeah, whatever you're doing this weekend, have a great one. Thanks for watching, everyone.